Respected dignitaries on the dais, esteemed participants of RISE 2023, it is my honor to introduce our distinguished session chair, Dr. Jyoti Sharma, a PhD holder in psychology with expertise in mindfulness-based psychotherapy. Dr. Sharma is a certified Reiki Grand Master and a sound healer with a wealth of experience, including serving as a master trainer in the NHRR project. She has contributed significantly to the fields of psychotherapy, mindfulness, and mental health. Join me in welcoming Dr. Jyoti Sharma to guide us through this enlightening session.
Now I request Khalida ma'am to present a token of appreciation to Jyoti ma'am. Please ma'am.
Right.
Now I request Afifa Nurin to present the paper on access control mechanism in distributed ledgers, technology reviews and challenges. Please come on the stage. Afifa Nurin, please.
Good evening, one and all present here. I am Afifa Noor. I am presenting the paper. It's basically a research study, a literature review that I have done on distributed ledger technology. In that I have concentrated only on access control mechanism. How exactly we can go about it, what exactly it is. We'll just quickly finish that with the review. So when we talk about distributed ledger technology, why exactly we are going for it, that we need to understand first. Whenever we talk about any information that we have on the internet or anywhere, what we basically do is we are trying to use a normal database. That database is actually monitored centrally. When it is a centralized database, that means it's completely controlled by one single person and then managed by one single organization. Now here, when we go for distributed ledger technology, it is open access and everybody has equal right on that particular information. So that is how you can actually control that open access and what we should implement. So for that, we are talking about distributed ledger technology, which is actually a peer-to-peer technology. Peer-to-peer in the sense, every node that we have, every participant has an equal right in that particular network. So all these participants can easily check the data, they can access the data. But when we keep it open, that means we are keeping everything transparent to everyone. Now how you can control that matters. So for that, again we are using a network, computer networks technology over here, that is access controls, which actually filters the data, who will access what, when they can access. So that is what we are trying to see over here. And there have been so many research that have been carried out in the past, but like recently also there were so many papers, people were trying different encryption schemes over there, which we can use to control the access of the data and how we can ensure that all the nodes that are participating in that network, who can access what. So that is what is the thing, like they have used multiple encryption schemes to control that, they have used different ID mix, hyperledger fabric, everything. So basically, why exactly do we need to control? When we talk about blockchain or distributed ledger technology, it's open access. But that we cannot implement directly on an enterprise grade application. When you talk about enterprise grade application, I mean from the perspective of, like, if I'm trying to talk about education, like if you have certificates, how you can share, e-governance, and like say health records, patient health records, everything. So you can't just keep it public. You need to have some control on the information. So for that particular control, there have been so many mechanisms devised over there, but what happens with that is most of them actually are not empirical. They were just talking about the theoretical implementations, what exactly we can go about, how exactly we can do it. there were very few papers which actually shows the complete implementation part. So we are concentrating on those particular gaps that we have noticed over there and trying to overcome those particular gaps. So my idea of research over here is to identify those gaps and try to fill those gaps and use the proper access control mechanism so that we can have a proper flow of data among the peers with a proper control over there. So as you can see over here, we have like decentralized apps also we can use. Basically decentralized apps, again, like mostly we use mobile apps for any particular purpose. Instead of going for a web portal, we'll do that. Now how actually we can make those apps decentralized and then have proper access of that, who can access what information. So like that, there are different access control mechanisms, like RBAC is there, ABAC, that is role based, you can go for access control, attribute based access control. So we have different access controls. So which we can implement, how we can implement, that is what is my idea of research, and based on this particular research gaps, I'm going to propose a particular model which can actually take care of these particular things and give a proper access control. Till now, what I have noticed is whenever we talk about any particular access control mechanism, people are considering only IoT devices. And they were dealing only with the IoT devices and then trying to control that information. But only IoT devices need not be controlled. We need to think of other applications also. A normal application, how it can be monitored and how it can be controlled. So that is what is the thing that we need to consider over here. That is what is my conclusion of this particular literature survey. So instead of going for only IoT thing, I want to concentrate on the other applications as well. And there were so many other security attacks also, as you can see over here. There are some security attacks that happens in blockchain because it's a transparent network. So how you can mitigate that, that also can be controlled with the help of access control mechanism. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Any questions? So it's a very interesting concept how you have done the review. I'm curious about that, since it's a review paper, what kind of methodology did you use to secrete all that data? Because there are research designs and methods for that also, right? There are different kind of review papers.
Yes.
So I'm curious what kind of
I've gone for systematic review, ma'am. I've actually checked for like different categories, how exactly we have started with this implementation, the access controls. Slowly, I've brought down, okay, like I'll just take you back to the literature review. I started with the normal databases, then I've gone for the public, then I've gone for permission blockchains. So that's how I've like come down, please, sorry.
How many papers did you actually go through for
Around 100 or 140 papers they were there, ma'am, and then 30 I could relate to access control. There were so many that I was getting over there. So 30 I can actually list to relate to my topic.
30?
30, yeah.
So you have base papers approximately to 30.
Base papers, not exactly I can say, ma'am, but like related topics it is there, because this topic is actually addressed separately, not at one go in any paper. Every paper actually talks about like only access control part or the other parts like that. Access control or only encryption, and different encryption schemes are available. Like 10-15 are there. So I have to like literally consider all of them and then trying to put one single thing which encompasses the whole model basically.
So eventually going through all those papers, because the access control is now becoming a boom. Since everything is cyber, the cyber crime is also increasing likely, right?
True.
Like just like in the previous session, sir was saying about iPhone, because iPhone has a very specific and peculiar security.
Yes.
It's very difficult to break that. But if someone is able to hack it, that means there's a high possibility that the hacking system has gone way more beyond to our thought, right? So when you have concluded all those 30 papers, so what exactly is the model that you're looking for? Do you have any idea about it?
That actually, ma'am, different access control mechanisms, like there are, like I can say there are 3 to 4. I want to merge all of them and put as one single model. That will take much time, like more time for me to study and then give you a proper thing that, okay, this is what I'm going to work. So as of now, I have done the like literature review basically for my research work. So this is the thing that I found out. Now I have to like go deeper into that, which exactly can be feasible to implement in my model.
Have you ever heard about meta papers?
Meta papers, not exactly, ma'am.
Okay. So meta is about when you have previous 25 years data. You know, it's the primary data that you get from the paper. So I believe if you just secrete all that data, you also get at least that path via which you'll be able to have segregation for the models that you're looking for.
Oh.
Just look into that because there
Sure.
are various kind of review papers, right? So having a whole compilation of the secondary and the primary data that you can actually compile from the papers, it brings a very good model out of that audit. And that's what we do for management individuals. So I believe for engineering it works well.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your advice.
Wonderful paper.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Afifa. Now I request Nadia Zafar to present the paper on TrustNet IoT, a blockchain framework for enhanced security. Please come on the dais.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm Nadia Zafar, a research scholar, and I'm going to present my paper titling TrustNet IoT, a blockchain framework for enhanced security. So what is the core idea of my paper is combining blockchain with the IoT for the security reasons. So these are the topics which we are going to cover. So with the evolution of IoT devices, we are generating a lot of data every day. Like a huge amount of data we are generating, but according to reliable survey, only 60% of devices are able to encrypt the data which we are generating through IoT devices, and 80% of IoT devices have no facility of password. So these data are not at all secure. User or consumer have a threat of data breaching. Their data can be stolen while propagating from one network to another. So what is the problem statement? Like data privacy becomes the major concern with the evolution of IoT. As well as the IoT is developing, or we are using it our day-to-day life, data concern is the first threat which we are facing these days. So we will deploy that any blockchain algorithm or protocol to secure the Internet of Things devices. So these are the literature review which I have done, where there is some idea how we can secure the IoT devices using blockchain technology. So these are the objectives. What are the IoT security and what are the merits of using it in the IoT network? Using blockchain, how can we improve the integrity and solve the congestion problem? Because we are generating a huge amount of data every day through IoT devices. While propagating, we can face the congestion problem, like denial of service problem. So we can solve this problem through blockchain technology. So whenever data will propagate through the internet through various network, just like a simple example, just you have a phone, a smartphone you have, and you have a smart wearable device, a smartwatch that is connected to your phone, and you are using another smart card that is connected to your smart watch. So there are three networks. So data have to propagate through these three networks. So in between, when your phone is fully encrypted, your data is safe here. But while propagating to that wearable device, that your smartwatch is not fully encrypted. There is no password option. So we can apply any blockchain algorithm to secure the data there. So this will be the structure. First of all, our IoT layer or our IoT devices. Whatever any device we will register, and then we will add the blockchain algorithm there for the authentication of user, and then we will generate the key value or password, and then data will propagate to the next network, and then user consent will be given that I want to share your data, or they will ask for any kind of password, then only data will be shared. So after the emergence of IoT, one industry, IIoT emerged, like industrial Internet of Things. Sooner blockchain IoT will emerge, era of BIoT, a new term. So these are the software tool. VMware Station, our virtual platform used for the data generation through nodes, and for simulation purpose, Quantity Puja and or NS3 can be used. If you are using Java or C++ language, we have to use Quantity Puja, or if our data is in Python, we can use NS3, and Docker will be used for the repository. So data required will be all the data collected from the different IoT devices or the network layer. So these are the references. Thank you.
You have already collected the data?
No.
Okay. Because over there you have mentioned required and then you have mentioned collected. On the slide.
No, ma'am.
Go back to this. Here. Data collected from. Upon reading that, it seems as if you have already collected the data. Just a little mistake there.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
No question.
Thank you, Nadia. Now I request Nahid Parveen to present the paper on SMS spam detection using ensemble learning algorithm. Please come on the dais.
Good evening, everyone. I am Nahid Parveen, MTech final year student. Today I am discuss about my project paper that is SMS spam detection using ensemble learning algorithm. A communication protocol between two devices for sending SMS is called SMS, means short message service. SMS can be Today I will discuss about introduction of my project, problem statement, literature review, objective, methodology, and last but not least, references of my best paper. So SMS can be spam or hack. So a spam message not only waste our time but also can trick us into a scam. To deal with this issue, we need a smart solution. Traditional rules like content analysis, URL analysis, sender reputation, sender authentication are not very good. So we use machine learning algorithm because machine learning is like teaching computer to learn from lots of information. It is a smart way to catch spam message. So we use machine learning. Our main goal is to find out which machine learning model works best for catching spam in text message. We want to know which can tell if the message is spam or not. To do this, we collect the data set from Kaggle repository. And we test 6 algorithms: AdaBoost, XGBoost, Random Forest, Large GBM, Logistic Regression, and KNN. So problem statement is this research paper focus on compare and analysis of relative strength and several ensemble learning techniques like AdaBoost, XGBoost, Large GBM, and so on. For the purpose of detecting a spam message on mobile device, find the best algorithm to accurately classify SMS as spam or ham. These are the paper that I have reviewed. The first paper is a comparative study of machine learning algorithm for SMS spam detection, and the name-based algorithm, logistic regression, support vector machine, and neural networks are used. Finding is network algorithm for neurons have given the 98% accuracy. Total I have reviewed 20
best paper is SMS spam detection using machine learning approaches. In this paper, net-based algorithm, support vector machine, k-nearest neighbor, and these approaches are used. And finding is support vector machine is used for the learning algorithm, proceeding the overall accuracy of 97.64%. Objectives are find the accuracy, recall, and F-score of ADA-boost classifier, XGBoost classifier, random forest, logistic regression, KNN. After that, we find the confusion matrix, area under the curve, and ROC for each classifier. Then construct the model with several machine learning techniques and evaluate the algorithm. After that, implement a large training data set in limited time to efficiency, improve the accuracy, then evaluate the proposed model. In our proposed methodology, we have followed these approaches to detect spam, messages spam or not. So first we select the data set from Kaggle. A data set contains 5,572 rows and 2 columns. After that, after selecting the data set, we apply data cleaning because data has some null and duplicate value. Then we apply exploratory data analysis for analyze the data. Then we apply pre-processing on data. We convert the text data into lowercase tokenization, apply tokenization, and removing stop words, punctuation, and all. In compared to spam and ham message, spam message contains words like free, text, call, or text. But in ham message, words like you, love, come, go, these words are repeated more times. Okay. So if we focus on accuracy, precision, recall, and F-score, the random forest gives the 99% accuracy. Precision is 99% of random forest and 90% for recall, and F-score 94%. Yes. Okay, so overall conclusion is that we use 6 algorithms: ADA-boost, XGBoost, random forest, logistic regression, KNN, and but random forest give the highest accuracy, that is 99%. Okay, that's all about my side.
Any questions? No questions?
Thank you, Nahid. Now I request Inayatullah Zafar to present the paper, a technical overview on vision-based infant activity recognition. Please come on the dais.
Go.
Only 5 questions. No talking, please. One more international paper.
Full screen. It's okay. We can do it.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Myself and Atullah Jakfar, second year PhD scholar, Manu. Today I'm going to present a technical presentation on technical review on vision-based infant activity recognition. My supervisor is Pradeep sir. This is the outline for today's presentation. Brief introduction, problem statement, literature review, objectives, methodology, and references. The abstract. The review paper provides a comprehensive overview of vision-based child action detection and provides an in-depth analysis of the evolved landscape of computer vision for monitoring and interpreting dynamic child behavior. The studies include extensive research on the use of artificial intelligence, deep learning models, and the integration of RGBD depth information. Human activity recognition stands as a dynamic field, activity identifying and labeling a spectrum of human actions from the mundane to the complex. Human activity recognition is a topic which is open and ongoing in the research area, and infant activity recognition is a subset of human activity recognition, which has least attention of research because infant activity recognition is totally different from human activity recognition, because most of the models and algorithms which are applied for human activity recognition, I mean for adults, it's not accurate for the infant activity recognition. Whenever the researchers apply a method or models which work for adult activity recognition, they got very least accuracy for infant activity recognition, the same models. Problem statements. With a limited focus on vision-based infant activity in existing research, this paper aims to address the research gap by emphasizing the challenge in infant and toddler activity recognition. The problem statement underscores the need for dedicated studies in the domain, considering the limitation of existing methodologies, the scarcity of publicly available datasets, and the potential impact of combining vision-based recognition with multimodal data for improved accuracy. Yeah. Literature review. This is part of my literature review. I reviewed more than 70 research papers and articles related to my topic. These are some of my literature review. The first paper on 2023, the research done by Bot and their team. The title was Automatic Recognition of Baby Gesture, and the contribution was vision-based baby 6 months to 1 year activity recognition with track baby hand and mouth. And the implication was helps in tracking only one type of activity. Another research has done on 2012 by DBP Dogra, and the title was Towards Automating Humanitarian Polyp-to-Set Examination of Infants Using Feature Point-Based Video Objective Tracking. The contribution was proposed a video object tracking based methods to automate polyp-to-set examination which will assist doctors in grading neurological development of infants. The outcome was an extensive field trial need to be carried out for validation of results. These papers are also part of my literature review, and I start my literature review from 2020, the paper which published on 2003 until 2023, which is the latest one. These are my objectives: to conduct a comprehensive survey of the existing methodology and technology employed in vision-based infant activity recognition, to evaluate the effectiveness of different vision-based approach in accurately detecting and classifying infant activities, to analyze the limitation and challenge associated with the current methodology, including issues related to dataset availability, accuracy, and practical implementation. To identify and highlight research gap in the current literature related to the vision-based infant activity recognition. And the last one is summarize the practical implementation of... Okay, Mom. These are the methodologies and references.
Conclude. How you would like to conclude your literature review you have done?
It's not finished yet. That's why I didn't submit paper in this international conference. So that's why I can conclude.
Where you are standing in your review right now?
Hmm?
To what extent you have covered your review?
Sorry, ma'am?
To what extent you have covered your review?
So as I said, it's not finished yet. Maybe around 75%, I can say.
Of your review?
Yes.
So any gaps you have identified? Any gap you have identified while you were doing review?
Yes, ma'am. The first gap was there is no publicly available benchmark data set because most of the research which has done in infant activity recognition, they did only for 8 activity classes, but there are 18 activity classes and the remaining activity classes need research, but due to lack of benchmark data sets, they were not able. And okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Now I request Mujibur Rahman Bahavi to present the paper, a review on medical errors and the role of AI in reducing these errors in healthcare systems. Please be on the dais.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Mujibur Rahman, second year PhD scholar. Today I am going to present a review on medical errors, the role of artificial intelligence on these medical errors.
Your topic is really fascinating.
So first of all, we have to ask ourselves, what is medical error? So medical errors are mistakes. Which mistakes? Those mistakes which is done by healthcare personnel. So they have harmful or adverse effects on humans, especially in the patients. It can be leading to the death of the patients. Also, it increases the health cost. So whenever a patient goes to a hospital and something unexpected happen, then in that case also it will not harm only the patient, but it will also increase the cost of the patient or the expenses that he or she is going to pay for it. So what type of medical errors are there? So we are talking now about types of medical errors. There are communication errors, diagnostic errors, systems and device errors, medication errors, and surgical errors. So we will see each one of it. Communication errors, most of the time when errors happen, one of the type is communication error. Communication error happens between patients and doctors. Or we can say like even between or among doctors or healthcare personnel. So this is one type of error. Second type of medical error is diagnostic errors. This usually happens where we are diagnosing the patient, the situation of the patient. So mostly it happens when we are testing blood tests or some other analyzing or some CT scan images, so we don't have any good result in that case, then these type of diagnostic errors happen. System and device errors. As we know that nowadays in most healthcare centers, they are using digital devices for blood pressure and even other diseases. So when any of these devices not give the accurate result or give the opposite result, so that time also it affects the patient's health. So these kind of errors usually happen from devices. And also system, the whole system which is in healthcare, like nurses and doctors or other staffs who are involved in patients' care. So these errors can happen also from them. So this is generally we can call it a system error. So there is a mistake or there is a problem in the whole system. Other type of error is medication error. So medication errors happens when a doctor prescribes a medicine wrongly with wrong dosage. So for example, if a doctor tells to the patient that you have to take this medicine twice a day, but he is taking thrice a day. So that's also a problem because it's harmful for the patient. It will increase the dosage. Other type of error is surgical errors. So in surgical errors usually happens by or occur during the surgeries. Like for example, if we have some doctors who surgeons who are doing surgery during the during the operation theater, so what they will do, like they will, for example, they will cut some part of the body extra.
Okay, fine, you are having so many errors.
Right.
While you diagnose, some errors are by...
I have to conclude, right?
No. Which error has attracted you to work on?
No,
You can't work on all the errors.
No, I mean, this is a general paper.
But which one has attracted you to work? So you are going to narrow down
I'm
to
not
which error?
working on any of them. I'm just telling about like a general review I'm doing.
I'm asking your personal opinion on which error you would like to work in future, whether surgical error or medication error.
Yeah, my PhD topic is about medication errors.
I mean, you will address all the errors?
No, only medication errors.
No, medication errors. You know, like last time we studied about the drug interaction.
You classified the errors?
Yeah, this is all.
You work on the medication errors?
Right.
How many papers you have gone through?
About medication errors?
Medication error?
Like 30 papers.
Medical error, but with respect to elder medication
No,
or
the medication errors again a wide branch, like, you know, so there will be like specific drug-drug interactions, drug-drug adverse interactions.
What would be your population, kids or elders?
No, it will cover like all the population.
That is going to be very broad, you have to narrow down.
Yeah.
What about the data? How can you get the data?
Data I will take from drug databases online, they are available.
Is that very
for
easily
pharmacies.
available?
Yeah, for pharmacies, yeah, they are available.
Data is correct?
Yeah, most of the research papers that my research is also based on those papers, they have taken those data.
It is a secondary data or primary data?
No, a secondary data. For me, it will be secondary.
What would be your
I mean,
your efforts in collecting this medical error data? Did you have any plan to collect this medical error data? That will add a lot of credibility to your work.
Right. See, like 3 weeks before, I have met with some people. They have one association from UK. So I think they were also interested in this topic. So they told me that they are going to help me.
With the data?
Yeah, with the data or anything else if I need, because medical is a very big part, you know. So they told me like we need some person like you. So we are available, like we can support you or help you.
No, actually,
anything you
this
need.
is a kind of a drawback if you are telemedical assistant. It's a drawback or part of the medical sector.
What is drawback?
If there is such medication error is there,
Right.
it's totally a drawback. How come such thing they can got it? Whatever I'm telling you, there should be little while giving medication, while writing medication, they should be well qualified, well experienced, so that these kind of errors can be minimized. Otherwise, it has got a great relativity to the life and death, na?
Right. So that's why whenever you go to any pharmacy, right, they will directly prescribe you the medicine, even in India, right? So this is the problem.
It's coming to that level.
Yeah, so this is the problem, right? So we have to check how artificial intelligence can help in this case. Even, for example, if they are giving you, prescribing some medicine, right, at least they have to know that, like, in what level they can give. So what will be the dosages, what is the patient age, what is the history, at least they have to ask these things, right? Then they should.
Any questions? I only asked, right?
Any questions?
Thank you. Now I request Khalida ma'am to kindly come on the dais to hand over the certificate of participation in RISE 2023 to Afifa Nureen as a token of our appreciation.
अफीफा नूरन के फ्रेंड्स कोई है यहाँ पे? हाँ, फोटो ले ली. Good. This is your first accomplishment of your PhD work.
I request Geeta ma'am to kindly hand over the certificate of participation in RISE 2023 to Nadia Zafar as a token of appreciation.
Come, Nadia. Congratulations. You have been awarded a certificate in the international conference. Thank you.
Now I request Geeta ma'am again to please hand over the certificate of participation to Nahid Parveen as a token of appreciation.
Congratulations, Nahid. You are still in SMS mode, right? Say thank you to Khalida ma'am. She gave you this platform.
I request Khalida ma'am to again come on the dais to give the certificate of participation to Inayatullah Zafar as a token of our appreciation.
दूध है और congratulations.
I request Khalil sir to please come on the dais to give the certificate of participation to Mujibur Rahman Bahawi as a token of appreciation.
ये है, देखो पहले हाथ मिलाना हम लोग. Oh, good. सेकेंड मीटिंग में मिल गया इन लोगों को पार्टिसिपेशन.
I request Khalil sir again to please give the certificate to Khalida ma'am as a token of appreciation. Everybody please.
Yes, big round of applause for Khalida ma'am. She's the coordinator of this session.
गीता आइए हमारे.
माइक क्यों मैडम? मेरा नहीं है सर्टिफिकेट.
खत्म हो गया. As a colleague, please come.
Thank you teachers and all the participants for this.
हो गया.